tonight.
Yeah, this is a long time coming. I know,
Very long time
we've
coming.
scheduled this a handful of times and rescheduled it, and our guest tonight is a healthcare entrepreneur, healthcare advocate, and we've had some opportunity to chat with him a little bit, and I am convinced, not just because of his name, that he might be either a relative or the reincarnation of the character, the most interesting man in the world. So,
oh yeah,
I would like to introduce.
What beer was that?
Modelo?
No. I think it was a
no.
Who is that? Who is that? Is it him?
It's not Tecate.
Without further ado, Dutch Rojas.
I get down there and I saw my first portable surgery center. And we spent almost 5 weeks helping out. Like, people would come from, I'm telling you, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I have pictures and I show them often a lot. You saw people queue up and they came from all over the place. So we're somewhere on the Amazon at these gold mines and we're just kind of moving down the Amazon. And the docs and their teams would collapse this surgery center like a big tent, right? With a sterile tent inside. They had a portable C-arm, right? I mean, like, they have stuff. And they're literally like moving it down the Amazon and we're helping out. And they were all attached to villages that had orphanages. And so that's where I was like, hey, I'm an accountant, but I want to be in healthcare and I don't know how that's going to happen. That was kind of how I figured it out. I got to New York City in the summer of 1997 and I never stopped. And in 2008, I started my first direct-to-employer direct contracting company called Sano Surgery, SANO Surgery. And that's when I got to meet great docs all over the country and attach them to employers. Now, by the way, the whole business was pretty rudimentary, right? Like today it's super advanced. People have heard of direct contracts. People know. Back then people didn't know anything. I mean, I get doors slammed in my face. The way that we made it work was like, I was doing business with friends, that we'd done surgery centers for, and they would at least listen. I'm not saying that they would do business with us, but they would at least listen. That's really kind of what started me down this path. I fell in love with the idea of, hey, you know what? We can make this easy for patients. No copays, no deductibles, no out of pocket. We can get docs paid at 100%, which increased our net contribution margin for our practices. And it made the docs happy. Like, nobody wants to collect copays and deductibles. Like, that's a pain in the rear end to do it, right? And you got all these accounting problems that probably only I would care about, but I hated them. And I was like, man, no, I want you to pay everything. Just give it to me in one check. And so that's kind of really what led me down the path of healthcare.
I kind of want to go backwards a little bit here because everything that I've ever seen you post on LinkedIn is very, very physician friendly and very, very private practice friendly, endorsing, supportive. Where did that come from? And I love it because I'm in private practice and I think our goals and missions and our mantras are very similar, but where did that come from? Because there's multiple angles that you could have taken with this.
Instead of the insurance broker pitching this to the employer, it's the doc and their own insurance broker pitching it to the employer. And voila, we've just taken over the benefits. And instead of the insurance broker getting all the money, they're going 50-50 with the docs. So now the docs are earning a portion of that commission, right? Rightfully so. They're rendering the care. And this just makes it easier. So I think we're going to see, now I know it sounds like nuance, but I think we're going to see more nuanced solutions where groups of private practices can take advantage of this. The amazing thing is we have all the data for the employers. Like, so that employer you went to in Erie, I know you made it up, but let's just say it, right? We can ask them for their data and then we can download it. We can go, hey, you did 19 total joints last year. And then here's how much money you spent on all these other specialties and subspecialties. Like, we know exactly to the dollar what you spent. By the way, we've got you with our physician only network. We've got you covered 80%. And we have our own facilities. So we're going to show you how much money you can save. Now, this is all technology. Now we've built all these platforms. This doesn't take 20 minutes. So now the conversation you're having with the doc is, with the employer is, hey, you got 150 employees. You spent $2.5 million. Guess what? We think we can reduce it by $750,000.
Yeah. That's a no-brainer right there.